Good afternoon, Sunday, December 31st, 2017, New Year's Eve. Welcome to Cast Out of Bed. Brandon Benson here with you. I hope you're having a great New Year's weekend. This is our final broadcast for 2017, doing a special Sunday edition, a special afternoon edition, special New Year's Eve edition. And to mark the occasion today, we'll finish up with our Stories of the Year series. We went through these on Thursday and Friday, the first parts, and we'll finish it up today, the top 5 Cass County related stories of 2017. Look at your weekend weather around here. I don't think I have to say much. Cold, bitterly cold, -3 Elmwood, -2 in Louisville, -1 Plattsmouth. Everybody checking in about the same. It's feeling more like 20 to 25 below out with that wind chill. It's sunny out though. But what you have right now probably be your high today, between 1 and 3 degrees. Tonight, expect a low down to -15. Wind chill advisory all day until 10 p.m. tonight. Then that turns into a wind chill warning until noon on Monday. Expect a high on the first day of 2018. High around 7. Your Castastic thought of the day to end this 2017 here, this December 31st. The object of a new year is not that we should have a new year. It is that we should have a new soul and a new nose and new feet, a new backbone, new ears, and new eyes. Unless a particular man made New Year resolutions, he would make no resolutions. Unless a man starts afresh about things, he will certainly do nothing effective. G.K. Chesterton there. So what is the biggest Cass County story of the year? I picked out 5 stories and 1 honorable mention. Now, obviously, from the start, being that I'm the only one involved this year, and I did ask for suggestions, didn't really hear anything. Obviously, being the only one involved with it, there's some objectivity loss. However, I did my best, and I hope you'll find my rationale made sense. I tried to find a balance and weigh various factors and stack those factors up one by one within each story and against each story that I came up with. The thinking being that a higher average in each area would mean a better overall pick for this series. So on Thursday and Friday, I listed about 30 stories that really stood out in the past year. By the way, thank you to our area news outlets, Plattsmouth Journal, the Cass-Graham, Nebraska Community Newsletters, which are basically Cass County focused, and the Omaha and Lincoln Metro outlets that have given us attention on big stories as well. I looked for stories that were specific to the county, or rather affected or seemingly had the most impact on the greatest number of people in Cass County. Secondly, I looked for big news items that were larger than just Cass County, stories that made everyone outside the county, got their attention, things that they found big. And I tried to value positive stories over the negative. And lastly, anything that was just interesting and unique. So that was kind of the criteria here. So here's the top 5 and 1 honorable mention that I came up with. And after I list them, I'll go through each of them one by one. Number 1, your Cass County story of the year for 2017 is the June storm. Number 2, Senator Bill Kittner's cybersex scandal and resignation and the appointment of Senator Robert Clements of Elmwood to take his place. Number 3, 50th anniversary of the Cass County Fair in Weeping Water. Number 4, Maurice and Jean Group's 70th wedding anniversary at ages 199. Maurice passing away a few weeks after their anniversary. WOWT reporter John Nicely did a great segment on this wonderful couple, uplifting story there. And number 5, Matthew Stubendike of Weeping Water charged with assisted suicide in the death of Alicia Wilmon Sullivan. And the honorable mention, the Village of Elmwood with their big park renovation that involves so many hours and dedication from members of the community. Great story there. So let's start at the top here. Number 1, the June storm. That is your Cass County story of the year here from Cass-tastic. Extensive damage throughout the county when high winds, hail, and unverified tornadoes ripped through the area, especially the northern and eastern section of the county. Plattsmouth, Cedar Creek, Louisville, Beaver Lake, Buccaneer Bay, all hit hard with damages. Few homes lost, many roofs blown off, all kinds of property damage. Things could have been much worse, no lives lost. The cleanup in these communities took all summer with large piles of debris to tell the tale. It did bring out the best in all of us too, as neighbors helped each other. Communities rose to the task of helping each other out. This June storm was picked out as story of the year because of the number of people that it affected here in Cass County. It also showcased some of the best of what we have to offer as a community. People coming together. Our area leaders did an excellent job. Area law enforcement. Our responders all handled the situation perfectly with adequate response, timely response, and heartfelt empathy and care. Also providing a positive outlook and spirit, professionalism all around, and we were just good, caring neighbors. That's your story of the year, the June storm. Number 2, Bill Kittner scandal and resignation, and then the appointment of Robert Clements to the Nebraska legislature take his place. Cybersex scandal. For a lot of people, it wasn't so much the act as the refusal to step aside, drawing this out, taking longer than what it should. Late in 2016, Bill Kittner was reported as having made an inappropriate use of a state-issued laptop, this resulting in a blackmail attempt on him from a foreign entity. Kittner, to his credit, reported the incident to the Nebraska State Patrol and turned in his laptop for investigation. After that was completed, the Nebraska State Patrol then turned over the report to the Nebraska Accountability and Disclosure Commission. The story itself was buried for quite some time, eventually coming out in public through various news reports. Rather than resigning right away, Kittner dug in for a fight, one that became tiresome and more political than what it should have been. Kittner was rather popular in our district, here in Legislative District 2. And again, full disclosure, I did work for him for a time, for a year, and I had left him a full year before this. I have a unique perspective on all this, and that I know him on a different level. When we were out campaigning, the guy was amazing, knocking on doors, meeting with people, and the way he voted and the way he listened to people quite reflected in his votes in the legislature. He did a good job, I think. Now, the other stuff came along with that. Certainly, we could all object to that, and that's understandable. While prone to frequent gaffes, the voters of LD2, including Cass County, voted Kittner into office twice by good margins. He was a hard worker, great at visiting people one-on-one, door-to-door, and while his antics were questionable, I'm talking before the scandal here, his votes represented the area very well. And you can dislike that, but he did vote typically how this area views issues. And that's the shame of it. There's 2 parts of this that really hurt Cass County. Number 1, he simply let a lot of people down who fought for him, who stood by him through a lot of heat and a lot of stuff that many politicians couldn't get through. And people simply believed in him. Number 2, the right thing would have been to step down sooner than later. The longer it went on, the more uglier it got, and the worse he looked. For the good of the county and Legislative District 2, Bill Kittner should have stepped down way sooner. The good part in this, the appointment of Robert Clements at Elmwood. Family man, a respected member of the community, one who understands business, agriculture, our people, and our values. He will no doubt serve the office with honor. Number 3, the 50th anniversary of the Cass County Fair at the current location outside Weeping Water included many special events and honors. Freestyle motocross returned to the fair this year. Also, Rex Allen Jr. returned to the area for performance at the fair. Rex Allen, having some local ties here, made a return on the stage. Also, another successful rodeo, truck and tractor pull, parade, and livestock shows. Great 50th anniversary of the Cass County Fair in Weeping Water this year. Number 4, Maurice and Jean Group lived between Plattsmouth and Louisville. Maurice was 100, Jean 99. They celebrated their 70th wedding anniversary on October 28th. And they attended Emmanuel Lutheran Church just outside Louisville. Great family, great couple. Celebrated that 70th anniversary in October. And we lost Maurice shortly after that on November 14th. John Nicely of WOWT did a feature on them over the summer. That segment was so touching. What a great example for all of us. That's Cass County right there. A downer story here, number 5. Matthew Stubendike of Weeping Water was charged with the assisted suicide in connection with the August 1st death of Florida woman Alicia Willimon Sullivan. The story was just so bizarre, and that's why it made it into our top 5 this year. The story seemed to get stranger every step of the way with each new news report on it. It went something like this. A body was discovered near Weeping Water out in the woods. The body was identified as a woman from Florida. Turns out the man who led police to the body was a man who was at the scene of the death, or specifically hours that led up to the death. Matthew Stubendike, probably not saying that name right, he had some sort of relationship with the woman whose body was found, that being Alicia Wilmot Sullivan of Florida. Alicia had come to Nebraska to visit Matthew. The day before her death, the couple went out to eat with Stubendike's parents. Stubendike later told authorities that Wilmot Sullivan had told him she had terminal cancer. The two spent a long period of time in a location, rural Weeping Water, as Alicia attempted for hours to take her own life by cutting her wrists, and also involving attempts by Matthew to suffocate her. He wasn't able to do it, and eventually he left, leaving Alicia Wilmot Sullivan to die on her own. Insane story, one you just don't expect to happen around here. Strange one, and that continues to unfold as the charges against Matthew Stubendike go forward. On a better note, I leave you with the honorable mention I wanted to include it, and this is for the Elmwood City Park renovations. Julie Anderson and so many other great people over there in Elmwood did a great job getting that village park renovated, new equipment, and just making it look great. Whole community came together to do that. That was a uplifting sight to see. So there you have it, the big Cass County stories of the year for 2017. The June storm, the Bill Kittner scandal, resignation, and then the appointment of Robert Clements to Nebraska legislature. The Cass County Fair celebrating 50 years at the location outside Weeping Water. Maurice and Jean Group celebrated their 70th anniversary, the ages 100 and 99, and then Maurice sadly passing away a few weeks later. Then the assisted suicide death, Alicia Wilmot Sullivan, involving Weeping Water man Matthew Stubendike, and finally that honorable mention, the good folks coming together in Elmwood for the city park renovation. All right, well, I hope you had a great year. This 2017. I hope you're sending it out in a good way. Everybody be safe out there. Stay warm. And in my family's case, we're all sick. Not me and Kim, my wife, but our 2 daughters. They're sick. We've had our share of sickness, all of us in the house, but our 2 kids, our 4-year-old and 1-year-old, both sick girls today. And we were supposed to head out to my family in central Iowa for Christmas there this weekend. Unfortunately, not going to be able to do that. So here we are stuck, making the best of it in this cold weather. But, looking forward to a good 2018. I hope you are too. I wish you the best in this coming new year. And thanks for following the show. It means a lot. Hopefully we have a bright outlook where we're headed with all this. Thanks for the support. If you have anything you ever want to be included on for this program or on the Facebook page, send an email. That's castastic@gmail.com, or on Twitter at castasticneb. Of course, that Facebook page, always up and going. Just look for Castastic Nebraska. And thanks for following along. Those are the big stories for 2017. have a great, happy, safe, and healthy New Year. I'll return on air Tuesday, January 2nd, 2018. Everyone, thanks for following us. Have a castastic New Year's Eve.